Now on the Big Country's only political talk show, the Abilene connection to President Trump's recent nomination to the Supreme Court. Details ahead, plus a new plan for the land surrounding Abilene's Dyess Air Force Base. The in-depth details, that's coming up.
And now, from your local election headquarters, the only locally produced political talk show discussing the issues that matter to you. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Thanks for being here for this week's edition of Big Country Politics. I'm Victor Sotelo. Let's get straight to the political headlines from across the nation, state, and here in the Big Country. As President Trump nominates his next Supreme Court justice, Abilene comes to mind. 53-year-old federal appeals court judge Brett Kavanaugh could fill the vacancy created by the retirement of Justice Anthony Kennedy. Kavanaugh's wife, Ashley Estes Kavanaugh, is from Abilene, a 1993 graduate from Cooper High School. Here is more on Judge Kavanaugh's background.
There is no one in America more qualified for this position, and no one more deserving.
Do solemnly swear.
When Brett Kavanaugh was sworn in as an appellate judge on the D.C. Circuit in 2006, it was Justice Anthony Kennedy who administered the oath. Kavanaugh clerked for Kennedy after receiving both his undergrad and law school degrees from Yale University. He was an assistant to independent counsel Kenneth Starr during the President Clinton impeachment probe. He also served in the White House counsel's office under President George W. Bush, who then appointed him to the bench.
My judicial philosophy is straightforward. A judge must be independent and must interpret the law, not make the law.
At his confirmation hearing in 2006, Kavanaugh said he considered Roe v. Wade settled law.
If confirmed to the D.C. Circuit, I would follow Roe v. Wade faithfully and fully.
Throughout legal circles, he is considered a judge's judge, a true thought leader among his peers, universally regarded as one of the finest and sharpest legal minds of our time.
If confirmed by the Senate, I will keep an open mind in every case, and I will always strive to preserve the Constitution of the United States and the American rule of law.
The Senate is expected to vote on Kavanaugh's nomination in the fall. Mola Lenghi, CBS News, Washington.
As far as Kavanaugh's wife and the Abilene connection, Ashley Estes Kavanaugh has her own political history, serving as personal secretary to President George W. Bush from 2001 to 2004. The Kavanaughs have 2 daughters. Now to our eye on Dyess. A study that will eventually govern the uses for land around Dyess Air Force Base is adopted by the Taylor County Commissioners Court. Property owners and local governments are working together to create a plan in hopes of accommodating everyone involved. KTAB's Claire Kreitz has the latest.
Landowners around Dyess Air Force Base have been in a constant battle with the city over property rights for years.
They're not real conducive to the needs and the wants of people out here in the ETJ.
Fighting over the needs and wants of Dyess versus the needs and wants of property owners.
I'm a retired Air Force Chief Master Sergeant. I know some other retired Air Force members out here. There's nobody out here wants to see Dyess suffer or go away. We're as patriotic as the next guy or gal. We just want to be heard.
But after years of feeling like their voice wasn't being heard, property owners around Dyess are now being included in the conversation, participating in the Joint Land Use Study, or JLUS.
To look at land use compatibility of the development around Dyess Air Force Base.
The study gives recommendations on how to deal with these areas of land.
There are various options that were out there that we had to address and choose which were the best, which were most effective to address the issues, but also less onerous on the landowners as well, and still allow for development around the base.
And the property owners say they all hope to work together.
I think we've proven through the JLUS process, through our involvement and what others have done through the involvement of that whole JLUS process, that we can protect Dyess and take care of the property owners out here in the ETJ. It's not a one or the other.
In Taylor County, with coverage you can count on, Claire Kreitz, KTAB News.
All right, thank you, Claire. The next step is to take the study to the Abilene City Council for their approval later this month. And continuing our focus on Dyess, remember that trophy that Sam proudly had on his desk a couple of months ago? It's a symbol of the community's support for Dyess Air Force Base. It's the Barksdale Trophy, an award from the United States Air Force Global Strike Command, named for the headquarters at Barksdale Air Force in Shreveport. While KTAB was honored to showcase the Barksdale Trophy for a while, it's something that is being passed around the city of Abilene, allowing others to share the pride in honoring our military men and women. It's now at the Abilene Regional Airport.
It isn't just one who wins the Barksdale Trophy, it's several institutions. The Abilene Regional Airport does so much for Dyess Air Force Base.
Following the trophy presentation, the airport board met with the architectural firm to discuss possible renovations at that airport. Still to come on Big Country Politics, Abilene is continuing to grow, so what's ahead on the business side? An in-depth interview with the president of the Abilene Chamber of Commerce right ahead.